What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our first ever podcast episode. You may have seen clips in the past, but this is our first official episode. So welcome aboard and come along the journey of Captain's Corner podcast. I'm with my buddy
Connor,
both massive Yankee fans, and we are just going to use this podcast to talk everything Yankees, play some games, get into the nitty gritty, and we're gonna dial into this 2025 season, and hopefully it ends in a World Series.
I'm excited. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. All right. So to start off the pod, we're gonna get right into a nice little game, warm us up a bit. So Connor, here's what we're gonna do. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 terms or words, they could be anything, related to the New York Yankees. And what we're going to do is we are going to see if I can have you guess all of these in under 11 and a half words. So in 11 words.
Okay. I think I've seen this before.
Yeah, and actually I misspoke. 6 words. So we need to get it in 11 words to win. If we use 12, so if we average 2, we're not going to win it.
Okay, that seems difficult. Let's try it, though.
It might be tough, but I think we could do it. All right, so first clue is going to be Clipper.
Clipper?
I already realized that was a really bad clue, but we're going to have to work with it.
It makes me think Brett Gardner.
All right, so not it. Let me go one more. I should have this was done. Captain.
Well, that makes me think of Judge. But Clipper is throwing me off. Derek Jeter. I'm just going to say Judge.
2.
Derek Jeter.
All right, so that's what we're probably starting. Have you ever seen the movie? Is it The Other Guys? I forget which one it is. It's they shoot Derek Jeter.
Oh,
Clipper.
Yeah.
My initial thought was if I said captain, you'd say Aaron Judge. So I was trying to think, okay, what can I say? Realistically, I feel like the number 2 was kind of a safety net. I didn't want to just say a number. That's also too easy.
Yeah. The Clipper threw me off.
All right, we're okay. Hey, we can fix this. We're 3 words deep on the first one, but we can do this.
My mind went straight to like Clippers, and then I was like, I don't know, like that's not even gardening, but I was just thinking Brett Gardner.
No,
I have no idea.
All right, so 3 words currently.
Okay, that's embarrassing on my end.
Next one, I'm gonna say perfection.
Domingo Herman.
I thought you might say that. That is not it. Next word's gonna be beer.
Beer. Perfection and beer. Are these all players that I'm guessing?
They could be, they might not be.
Beer. Beer and perfection. David Wells?
Yes, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Nice. All right, so we're at 5 through 2.
I need like a minute to process.
No, you're good. Take your time. All right, so now I got to think about how we can really do this. This one's going to be tough, I think. I'm going to go with, I think I got to use 2. Giambi A's.
That makes me think of the Jeter flip play. It's not a phrase like that.
Is that your guess?
That would be my guess, yeah. The flip play.
It would be your guess. Is it your guess?
It is my guess. The flip play.
No, the flip.
The flip.
Okay. Well, all right. So 7 words, I believe?
Yeah, we're through 3.
Okay. Holy cow.
We need like 1 word per on these.
It's going to be tough. This one's going to be really, really tough. But I'm just going to go, nah. Ready?
Yeah. Hit me with it.
Overpriced.
I think Juan Soto.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. It's not Juan Soto. I'm gonna go.
Can I give another guess, or do you have to give another word?
I kind of feel like after a guess there should be another word.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think everyone plays that way, and I could help you out, but right now we're gonna keep it pretty strict.
Okay.
So now we're at 8 words. All right, so overpriced, and then I'm gonna give you food.
Food. This just makes me think. See, I'm so in the mindset of like thinking of a player. Is it just stadium food?
I'll give you this is where I'm gonna give you a small little hint. It's a bit more specific than that, but you're on the right track.
I don't know. Chicken bucket.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's go, baby.
So that was that 9 words or that was 9 words?
That was We need one per on these last two to get it.
Dude, I think oh my god. All right. This next one's tough. I'm gonna go with oh my god, how do I do this in one word? I'm gonna say it's nearly impossible to do this in one word. I guess I got to start with home run.
Aaron Judge's 62nd home run.
That isn't it, but you're on a very good track.
Okay. It's a specific home run.
I didn't say that, but
no, okay.
Something about what you said was on track.
Okay. All right, so I guess we lose.
Before I give you another word, let's see if that can just help you out. I'll give you one more guess before I give you another word.
I'm on the right track. Home run. Aaron Judge. And it's not a specific home run, you're saying. That makes me think it's just Aaron Judge. That's my guess.
It's not Aaron Judge. All right, next guess is gonna be stand.
Ooh, like bleacher creatures? Or Judges. What is that corner called?
So before you say that, don't say anything. I didn't say stands, right? It's not plural. I just said stand.
Stand?
Yeah.
That does not help. Not in my brain right now.
We have home run. We have something to do with Aaron Judge, and we have something to do with stand.
All rise. The phrase all rise.
Okay. It is all rise.
Okay.
So I think that puts us at 11, or maybe even 12 at that point.
Yeah.
Let's just see if we can do
it. If we get it in one word, it'll be a moral
victory.
Moral win.
All right, I already know what I'm saying for this one. I think this is on the right track. Dream catcher.
Dream catcher.
Maybe just dream. One of those two.
I don't know why my mind went to Jazz. Jazz Chisholm. I don't think that's it at all, but dream. Garrett Cole never got injured.
Oh, damn, that hurt.
I don't know. I'm gonna need another hint.
Oh, yeah, it was. I didn't mean to say dream catcher. It was just dream. I'm gonna say.
Like World Series.
I'll say setup.
Setup. Dream.
We're gonna get better at this game.
Luke Weaver. Dream is throwing me off. It is.
It is. I think his nickname's like Dream Weaver or Dream.
Oh, I didn't know that, to be honest.
Listen, I think that was 13 or 14 words. Not bad for our first attempt at that game.
It could have been a little better. We could have tightened it up.
I take some of that blame, and I think you take some of that blame. And after we come together,
yeah,
we had some good moments there. Like getting the flip off of Giambi A's was pretty sick. You made me nervous with David Wells, but I think it was like he smelled like beer or something. Like that was the story, right?
I think he was like extremely hungover.
Yeah, and
I think it was Jimmy Fallon that night. I remember seeing Jimmy Fallon talking about it.
I think someone said like he came into like the locker room or something before the game, and they were like, "Dude, you like stink, like you reek."
Yeah,
it was like you got to get cleaned up before like Joe Torre walks over here or something. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. Great game to start off the pod.
We'll take it.
And now next up, just before we get into kind of some talk about the season, we're just gonna go over. I have some over under, some lines for certain guys that we could just talk about. If they're gonna go over or under. I saw John Boy did this recently, so I was like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna start with Anthony Volpe, 29.5 stolen bases. Over under.
I hope over. I feel like this year he like started off hot with the stolen bases and then he like really slowed down.
Definitely. Yeah. I think I want to say he finished last season with 28.
I'm going to say over. I just saw him and Jazz do a double steal, and that's like all I'm thinking about now. And then like Dominguez hit an infield single. Mm-hmm. So I'm like fully on the speed train. I'm going to go over. I think he'll get on base a little more this year. I think that'll help out.
I agree. I like that a lot. I think him being in the bottom of the order and kind of just like a lot of change going on, I think it takes some pressure off him. And I agree. I think he'll get on base more. And I think, bottom of the lineup, like we got to get things kind of shifting there. It's not going to be as much like crazy offensive production. So taking some bases, I think they're going to send him more. So I agree. Yeah. I think maybe like low 30s, I think we'll see out of Volpe.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, next up, we got the captain, Aaron Judge, 53.5 home runs.
I'm honestly going to go under.
Mm-hmm.
I just think, God forbid, knock on wood, but just in case there's any injuries or whatnot, if he has a slow start, I do think he's going to probably hit 50.
Mm-hmm.
I think like high 40s, low 50s is where my mind's at. Because how many seasons in a row can you hit like 60-ish?
Yeah.
That's just, I feel like, I don't know. It's going to be hard to replicate. But yeah, I'll go slightly under.
I think I also completely agree with that. Something like I feel like he's going to hit like 53, 52.
Yeah.
Of course, I want him to hit like 68. That'd be sick.
Yeah.
And he absolutely can, but I agree. I think like just under he's going to come in at.
He's going to like have some like wrist injury or something where he's out for like 2 to 3 weeks and that'll slow him down or something. Something.
Yeah, he can't be.
Hopefully not.
Agreed. All right, next up we got Aaron Boone, 3.5 ejections.
Oh, way over.
Agreed.
That's serious, 3.5. That's it.
I think I saw John Boy and them had it at like 5.5, and they all took the under. And I still think I would have taken the over.
I think so. How many times did you get ejected this year? It had to have been like 8 times or something crazy like that.
I don't remember, but I think like I watched like 4 games where he got ejected, and it's not like I'm watching every game.
Yeah, I'm gonna say over on that one. And I kind of love that he gets ejected kind of a lot.
Absolutely. I think a manager, like if you're not getting ejected, I don't think you have the passion and you're not standing up for your guys enough.
I agree. Why not?
Exactly. And it's like I feel like baseball isn't necessarily a sport like the NBA where like the coach is like so involved and like you're doing plays, like you're doing all this stuff. If the manager has to get tossed, I mean the game's still going to go on. It's going to be fine. People got to hit the ball. You got to make defensive plays. It's not like much is going to change. So I kind of like how he has no leash. Like he'll just go out there and just let him have it.
Yeah, same. And I'm sure I feel like a lot of the decisions are probably there's like an idea of like pitching decisions and whatnot before the game even starts.
Exactly. So
I feel like it really wouldn't be that crazy of an effect.
I agree 100%. Give us 15 ejections, Aaron. You're fine.
15, yeah.
All right, Jazz Chisholm Jr., 265 batting average.
Ooh. I'm gonna say over. I'm expecting big things from Jazz this year.
I
I
like
would
that.
love like a 275 average. I think he's hitting like 280 in spring training. Not that spring
Mhm.
training means a ton, but I would love like a 275 average. Yeah,
Agreed.
a little pop, some home runs, some stolen bases. I think he's really gonna step up and be a big part of the team.
100%. I think he almost has to. I think that like he has the talent to where if we're going to be a really good team, I think he has to play to his full potential. I think he'll be right around that 265. Um I definitely hope it's over. I think it will be over. I could see him batting like 270, but I just hope that he gets on base at a high percentage because his
Yeah,
speed, just like with Volpe, we need him to be taking bases and just causing havoc out there.
yeah, I agree. I'm looking up. Maybe I should have went with the under.
What did he bat last year?
Last year he hit 273 with the Yankees.
But
Um, 86,
mm,
and that is the highest in his career.
wow.
He's hit in the 250s the last 3 years, and then before that he was really young. He
All
was a
right. I
little.
mean, hey, he's a Yankee, and he has a
I'm expecting a jump. Why not?
definitely. Next up, we got Austin Wells, 24 and a half home runs.
Ooh, I'm gonna go over.
Me too.
I think maybe I'm being way too optimistic, but I think Austin Wells is gonna be literally just Kyle Schwarber for the Yankees.
I think being at the leadoff spot helps that over definitely. If he was batting like 7 or 8, I might lean under. But like if we're gonna have him at leadoff or even just toward the top of the lineup, I think that he can definitely do it.
He's gonna get a ton of lights went out.
Light just went.
He's gonna get a ton of at bats. I mean, his pop is crazy. I believe I just had his spring training numbers up, which again doesn't mean everything. But he's hitting 366 with a 780 slug.
That sounds beautiful.
So obviously, that's not going to be what he hits in the regular season, but I think he's going to be crazy this year. I'm excited for him. He's probably him and Bellinger are the players I'm most excited for. Probably.
I agree. And Dominguez for me. I think that he
Hmm.
could be like a big difference maker.
Yeah.
All right, we got 3 more of these. Max Fried, 168.5 Ks.
Hmm.
I believe last year he had right around this.
I just want to go over again.
He is now the ace, so it's like,
I'm just trying to think.
was he the Braves' #1 starter? They had the Schwellenbach guy, right? I don't even know how to pronounce his name.
I don't think he was he? I mean, no, he was like an ace, but I thought that they had other people. I mean, not that he was their ace, but like last year they had Chris Sale,
Reynaldo Lopez.
Lopez. I guess Freed was probably their number one then.
Was Strider healthy last year?
Maybe it was Strider that I'm thinking of.
If he was healthy, he would definitely be.
Yeah, I was thinking there was one player that was over him,
Yeah,
but I mean, he would be a number one on like 99% of teams.
exactly. I like the over with the K's.
Yeah, I think I'm going over. I feel bad I'm just going over on everything, but
Now we got Stanton, 82 and a half games played. And I mean, it seems you went under.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it seems like low to even have it as half the season, but we're already coming into it injured,
Yeah.
and you almost have to expect that it won't be the only one. Unfortunately, again, knock on wood. I would love a healthy Stan.
Yeah. I'm going to go under on that one.
Mm-hmm.
I just have no faith in him staying healthy. Hopefully he's healthy for the playoffs. That's all that really matters. But
Facts.
yeah, I'll go under for that.
Then last one, Yankees, 91 and a half wins.
Hmm. I'm going to go over. I'm going to go over.
We are Yankee fans.
Yeah. I just think that we're gonna have a slightly different brand of baseball, but we have a little more contact. We have a lot more speed, a lot more defense. Our pitching is still great, even with Cole out. Heels coming back right around the trade deadline. We still have like pieces that we could even trade at the trade deadline to get better.
Mm-hmm.
It is tough because I feel like our division is so strong. Boston is a little scary. Blue Jays should be good. Orioles should be good. Rays should be good. Rays, who knows?
Yeah.
They're gonna be the Rays, but yeah, I'm still gonna go over though. I just think we still have enough to be one of the top teams in the AL. So
Agreed. I think again we'll be right around it, but I think like 93 wins could be somewhere where we land.
yeah, somewhere in like the 90 to 95 range.
Definitely. All right. Well, that's what we got for the over unders.
Let's go. Would you want to go into a little bit just general overview of? You can either do the starting rotation or the starting lineup.
Absolutely.
And which one do you want to start with, pitching or hitting?
How about you start us off with the lineup?
Okay, so lineup. I'm very excited for 1 through 5. 1 through 5 seems pretty set just based off of spring training, what Boone's been throwing out there. The second half of the lineup, not sure. But it's looking like Austin Wells, leadoff catcher. Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Judge in the 2-hole in right field. Beautiful. Bellinger, center field 3. Goldschmidt at the 4, first base. Jazz, second base at the 5. And then this is where we don't know exactly, but thinking Volpe probably at the 6, shortstop. And then Ben Rice, DH. And then Dominguez in the 8 and Waldo in the 9. Now, Dominguez might be higher than 8. Again, that second half of the lineup is kind of still not set in stone, but 1 through 5 seems pretty set. I think it's pretty solid too.
I agree. Especially with what we're seeing Bellinger and Goldie do in spring training. Again, doesn't hold too much weight necessarily, but I mean, you have guys that come over to the Yankees and even like just immediately like they're a completely different player. Like something about the pinstripes will change them. I feel like, I mean, Bellinger was like one of your favorite players, so like you're excited. His dad was a Yankee. I think that he'll be fine. He's already comfortable. Goldie's just an old vet. I don't think it's going to affect him at all. And I think that those guys are going to be like, I honestly think they're going to be much better than anyone like is really anticipating. I know so many Yankee fans on Yankees Twitter were like upset when we signed Goldie. They were like another like washed up guy out of his prime. It's like, I just disagree. I think defensively he's great, and I think offensively he's going to be, again, no disrespect to Rizzo, but much better than what Rizzo was last year, / like Ben Rice after so many games. But
for sure. And like even again, spring training, whatever, but some of his home runs, he takes fucking daddy acts, bro.
He really does.
I mean, he really like when he hits it, it's like almost like Judge Stanton level, like that ball is gone.
Mashed.
So that's exciting. And
Absolutely.
I think Jazz at the 5, pop speedy. I kind of love it. And his swing, honestly, some of these players like Jazz, not to the level, but he almost reminds me of like an Alfonso, which is like my favorite player ever. But just with the speed and home run potential, and I guess the playing outfield, infield, whatnot. But I'm so excited for Jazz. Goldschmidt is just like an old-fashioned first base. Yeah. Bellinger, his swing in Yankee Stadium, get out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. I know
Bellinger's going to hit some line drives that make it out of Yankee Stadium.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's going to have probably, I would guess, 7 to 8 home runs. That is just thank you, short porch. And it's going to be beautiful. We're going to love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jazz. I like that Jazz to Alfonso comparison. I think it's very accurate. Even the outfield to infield switch of defensive positions, and even like also like Curtis Granderson. Like I feel like him and Jazz give me similar vibes. Like They just crush the ball, not necessarily like crazy contact, but they just hit the ball really hard, and they're both really fast. So
yeah. There's probably going to be some platoon situations. Oswald Peraza might be in a platoon situation with Oswaldo Cabrera at third. So we'll probably see Waldo take all the right-hand pitchers. Peraza will probably get a lot of at-bats versus lefties. And they're very similar players. I really like that platoon. They're both great defensively, both speedy, kind of similar bats. So that's exciting. Pereira might get a lot of at-bats. Or Grisham kind of in that fourth outfield spot, especially if Dominguez, his defense continues to be shoddy. And if he continues to kind of struggle against lefties. Yeah, that's most of the bench. Who am I missing? There's the backup catcher. That was just announced to come up.
That story was cool. He was like a Uber driver, a teacher. Now he's the backup catcher for the New York Yankees. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
JC Escara.
Yep. Escara, yeah.
He's doing well.
So him, Peraza, Grisham / Pereira. I guess Grisham. And then who's the other? Do we have like a bench bat who's primarily there to pinch hit?
I mean, DJ got hurt, right?
Yeah.
I
guess normally it would kind of be Ben Rice in that role, and Stan would be DH.
That is true. Yeah, we do have some injury.
But maybe Pereira and maybe Pereira is that last bench spot then. I saw some talk about him getting more at bats, but
yeah, I like the lineup. I think, and then if we're competitive and we have a shot to win it, then come the trade deadline, we try to pick up a bat to kind of replace one of those bottom of the order guys, and then we just have a nice piece on the bench. That's all it is.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So many possibilities too for the trade deadline. Like even if another starter goes down, like I don't know, could we go after Sandy Alcantara or someone like that? Get another like top level pitcher. A lot of options there. Maybe we finally pull the trigger on Nolan Arenado or something. But that is I'm excited. Let the young guys play. And then I feel like, not that I don't want us to win the World Series or anything this year, but I feel like next year will really be our year. The younger players will have a lot of experience. Cole will be back. And we'll kind of know what we have at that point.
True. And there are some big free agents out there that hopefully we'll go after in the offseason.
Can you imagine we get Vladdy?
That would be Judge and Vladdy.
Disgusting.
With a healthy Stanton in the mix. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. Yeah, stop. That could be crazy. There's the left-handed Japanese player who we have some connections with. That would be exciting. Yeah. Let's move on, though, to the pitching.
So the pitching.
Yeah, a lot of injuries.
So we have, obviously, our savior, Garrett Cole, out for the season. Tommy John. We have Luis Heel out till
probably like the trade deadline.
Clark Schmidt starting the season on the IL. He'll be back soon though, which is nice. But I mean, so starting the season, we got Fried the 1, we got Rodon at the 2, we have
probably Stroman
at the 3, who we thought would be like a disposable trade piece, and now he's our starter.
Yeah.
And then at the 4, I think it's probably going to be Carrasco at this point.
Yeah.
He's really good spring training. He looks good. And then 5, Will Warren.
Yeah, until Schmidt comes back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Will Warren might be like a 6-starter, spot starter during the season, or maybe they would just send him down because he does have options. But I honestly don't hate the rotation, even without our guys. Knowing that we have people coming back like Schmidt and Heel, that'll be help replenish. But even to start, Will Warren has looked crazy. Cookie Carrasco has looked good. I mean, Stroman with better defense should be a lot better. Still have Freed as an ace. We still have like a bona fide ace.
Exactly. I agree. I think it's fine. It is really sad to think about what the rotation was going to be pre-injury. It was going to be a literal masterclass, but
Yeah.
like you said, it's still a good rotation.
Yeah, a lot of teams would still kill to have the level of pitchers that we have. So
Exactly.
but yeah, we could have a top 3 rotation in like the entire league.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Cole Freed, Schmidt, Rodon, Heel would have been.
Stop.
I don't even want to. Yeah. I mean, we're like a lot of people after like the Cole news, a lot of people were just like devastated, like, oh, they gave up. I think everything's fine. I think we obviously you don't want injury, but I think it's going to happen, and I think that's why you formulate a roster the way that you do. I think we're okay.
Yeah, I think we will be. You know, it'll be interesting to see how next year.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully he's at the level he was at, or just very slightly below. But
Very true.
you know, even if he doesn't, in a scenario where he comes back and he's not good, or his arm he just can't pitch, hell, we still have Freed for 8 years.
That's really
at least we won't be missing an ace for a long time.
Exactly, which is really good.
Yeah.
And Heel could become an ace. Like,
yeah,
rookie of the year, he was really good. His stuff's amazing. He dials in on like the location and like not throwing too wild. I think he'll be really, really good in a year or two.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. And then even our bullpen. I feel like Matt Blake is just like he's a god.
He's a wizard. He really is.
Yeah. Where like it doesn't even matter the names, but when you look at some of the names that we have, Devin Williams, Luke Weaver, Loizaga, we're gonna have a really good bullpen as well.
Which I think takes so much pressure off of the rotation because we can lean on that bullpen so heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, best closer in the game. Luke Weaver was one of the best relief pitchers last year. Loizaga healthy. I love watching him pitch. It's so sad that he gets injured so often.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, Hamilton's good. Like, we really do have a nasty bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen is still also absolutely terrifying. I keep thinking back to the series. Those guys were throwing wiffle balls, it felt like.
Yeah. And they got Tanner Scott, didn't they?
Yeah, they just beefed it up even more.
Well, yeah. They're unfair. But
if our starters can get us four or 5 innings and just keep it a ball game, I think when we get to like the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, it's like we're set. We're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's funny to think like Clay Holmes would have been so much better for us since we have a better defense now.
That is true. Yeah.
But that's okay. He's starting for the Mets.
That's the thing is like the stats really say that he was very, very elite in terms of like the velocity off the bat, like how he was getting batters to like, it's just insane. Like I truly do remember like he got a lot of flack for some games where it's like it was a bleeder that just squeaked through. It was like off the hands and like just made it to the outfield, which I mean, if you're closing games, the ultimate goal is end the game, win the game. But like realistically, he was a really good pitcher for us. And I'm nervous, excited, and sad to see how he's going to be for the Mets as a starter.
Now, can you imagine he's like an ace for them?
I'm pretty sure he's having a really good spring training.
Yeah,
it's a little concerning.
It definitely, I feel, was more on the like roster construction than him in certain cases.
No, I agree.
But yeah, so that's the team. That's how we're shaping up for the year.
I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yeah.
We are 4 days out now. I don't work on Thursday, so I plan on waking up, putting my Yankee jersey on, and probably killing a 12-pack, you know? So.
Hey, opening day.
There's nothing better. Like you hear the birds chirp, even if you're not going to the game. You wake up, you hear the birds chirping, the sun's out, and you know it's opening day. I mean, we're in the middle of March Madness. March Madness is a lot of fun, just being able to watch so much good college basketball. Opening day of baseball, there's something magical about it.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
yeah. It's just different.
Real quick, what are your thoughts on Yankee Stadium bringing espresso martinis into play?
I think you're gonna get fucked up.
I'm very excited, but also, what's the price on those things going to be?
Oh, it's gonna be like $20 for one martini.
I think it might be more. I'm not even kidding. I think we might be looking at like a $30 drink, potentially more. Because if you think about it, a tall boy, right, is like 17.
Is
Espresso
it?
I think it is because
What? I didn't realize how expensive they were.
it's nasty. I remember just me and my brother would always get two tall boys, and it ended up being like $35.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, so like I'm excited to have an espresso martini watching the game, but I think that I might be able to have one in my life.
Hmm.
So,
Hey, it'll be worth it.
and then I also saw they got like helmets with like tiramisu in them. Those look really good. They're adding a lot of like food options that like I'm pretty excited to try.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just saw they just posted on Instagram like a bunch of different foods that they were adding. There were like Cuban sandwiches. There was empanadas. I forget what else. There is a lot of good stuff though.
I don't know. It doesn't really matter to me who's making the empanadas. Empanadas in the Bronx, I imagine, are delicious. Whoever's making them, I guarantee knows how to do it.
Yeah, I mean I've never had one in the Bronx, but
I was gonna say
I yeah no I've had one. But yeah, I imagine it's crazy.
it's also funny that I say I can't wait to try these things. Like I never even tried the 99 burger ever.
Yeah, me neither.
Like that had so much hype. Everyone was like, "Oh, I got to try the 99 burger." I never even like attempted to get it.
I feel like everything's so expensive that it's like you just revert to like a chicken bucket.
Yeah, because you can just have like 2 or 3 people share one of those for like $20, and it works itself out. Something that drives me crazy though is whenever I get the chicken bucket, there's always like 4 or 5 pieces of chicken, and then it's just like the most fries like I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
could fix the ratio a little.
the ratio needs to be fixed. I think that, and the prices are probably only going to go up with this chicken bucket. I think we need to see more chicken, less fry.
I'm all for that.
Good. I'm glad to
Yeah,
hear that.
yeah, that's important. That I agree. I don't think that that's gonna change though.
No,
But kid can dream.
we can dream.
Yeah, yeah. I'm excited to get to the stadium this year. I don't think I went at all last year.
Me neither.
Just like a busy we were just graduating college and starting jobs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I would like to hit up a few games. We got one in July. We're going to a Red Sox game.
Yep, it's going to be someone's bachelor party.
Yeah, they get a little sweet.
Yep, we'll be in a suite for Connor's bachelor party. So, what's the date on that game? Do you know off the top of your head?
The 23rd sticks out to me, but 23rd July.
August 23rd. If you're around the stadium, make sure to say hi to your boy. It's August, right?
I thought it was July.
July, my bad. July 23rd.
I don't know. My brother's setting everything up, but we got the tickets. Oh,
And against the Red Sox, that's going to be a really good game. They're going to be a fun team to watch, not for us, but for baseball fans.
And we got it's like free food and drinks with the tickets.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the espresso martinis will be included in that.
If they are, I'm not making it out of the stadium.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
No, yeah, I did another podcast the other day with another Yankees Twitter friend of mine, and he was saying how there was one time he went to like the stadium, and they were like in the parking lot. They didn't like have tickets yet; they were getting them, and they saw like sweet tickets for like $300, and they were just like, you know what, screw it, let's do it. But he was like with how the seats are, like they're great seats, number one, and then number two, with just how much you eat and drink, it's like it just ends up being so worth it. So it's like,
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm either I think from this point on, I'm either gonna do like the pinstripe pass, which is like you don't even get a seat, but just like you sit at a bar somewhere for like $30 to get in, or we're just gonna have to annihilate the suites every time.
The pinstripe pass kind of sounds fire.
Dude, yeah, I didn't even know it was a thing until last year. I was looking at a game, and it was like the cheapest ticket ever, and I was like, "How is this even a thing?" And it came with like a hot dog and a drink for like $30. You just don't get a seat, but like there's plenty of places around the stadium to like situate yourself and like enjoy the game.
Yeah.
So
I really like this year some weekend games. Like we gotta hit the stadium.
absolutely, I think aside from yours, I have like one other locked in, which
We'll work on that.
yeah, I'm trying to get to minimum 4 games.
Yeah, five.
I like that.
Yeah, nice handful.
Absolutely.
We'll see.
I have 20% on my laptop, so I think we're good for like maybe one more topic, and then we'll wrap it up.
Okay, yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Let's see. We went over some predictions. We did the lineup. We did the rotation. I don't know. What do you think?
How about say 1, 2, 3, however many players that you're most excited for, and what you kind of expect from them this year?
I like that. Number one, honestly, number one, I'm gonna have to say Max Fried.
Okay.
I think watching his first start is gonna be sick. I feel like he's gonna deal. And just something about like dominant lefties, like when Rodon came over, I was so excited to just see him dominate, and he really didn't. But like, I don't know, I love Max Fried stuff, and I think that like he was our big signing, so I'm excited to see what he can do. So that's one. Also, shout out, Rodon's gonna have the beard back, and when Rodon has the beard, I think he's a different player.
Yeah, he's much better.
I think he's much better, and I think that's going to be crucial to our success. Bearded Rodon. So yeah, I'll say Fried. I got to put Bellinger in there, like we talked about. That lefty swinging Yankee Stadium is going to be sick. He's very athletic. He adds a good addition to our defense. Dominguez, I'm very excited for. I want to see him steal bases. I want to see him hit doubles and triples. I want to see him figure out how to catch a fly ball respectfully. And I really do think he'll come along. I think that it is a little bit nerve-wracking considering like how much reps he's probably gotten since like last year, and like I don't know. But I hope that he works through that. He figures it out. He's athletic. He should be able to. And then I'd say my fourth one, I feel like I can't even include Aaron Judge in this because we're all excited to just see that man swing the bat again.
That's a given, yeah.
I'm going to go Devin Williams. I think that having a guy that like goes out there in the ninth and you can like just kind of stop watching, that'll be kind of awesome. And his changeup looks so gross. Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, a lot of those are similar to what I would say. Fried, Devin Williams, definitely. Just huge additions on the pitching side. I would say my top three, though, they're all lefties in the lineup that I just think are going to have big years.
Mm-hmm.
Bellinger, like you said, Jazz, and Wells. Wells leadoff, with the way he's been looking, I think Wells might be like my favorite player of this team, except for Judge. But I feel like he doesn't count. It's almost like when Jeter was on the team.
You can't say Jeter.
Jeter's everyone's favorite.
Exactly.
But besides for him, I think Wells, Bellinger, Jazz, on that tandem, I'm so excited for.
I agree. Yeah, Wells leadoff. I think that's a perfect spot for him too.
Yeah, we don't want to steal before Judge gets on.
Mm-hmm.
They showed they were hesitant with that last year, and Wells gets on base. Pitch with pop. I mean, why not?
Exactly. What are your thoughts on them changing the facial hair policy?
I don't really care at all, to be honest. And it's still like clean shaven.
Yeah, it's still like you can't have like a Brandon Marsh type situation.
Yeah, it's like a good in between. I always thought that the beard rule was like kind of dumb, to be honest. I mean, I get it. It's classy and traditional, whatever. But I don't know. I feel like a beard can really give a guy some aura. You know what I mean?
I agree 1,000%.
And we needed some of that last year.
100%. I think I agree with you completely. I think that yeah, I didn't like mind the rule necessarily. I thought like it was cool to keep the tradition alive and like to like pick up a free agent who had like a massive beard and then like they had to like shave it. It was always kind of like funny. But yeah, like even I loved it. Like they asked Aaron Judge about it, and Judge was like, "What?" I think I saw like a clip. They were like, "You're gonna grow out like the James Harden beard for the season," and Judge was like, "Well, if I could," he's like, "I might try to." He's like, "But I can't." And then right after that, he's like, "But I'm not even gonna do it." He's like, "I'm gonna keep the tradition." He's like, "I still like it." So it's like guys that want to keep that alive can like that's totally
Yeah.
fine. But I mean, guys like Rodon, like I genuinely agree with you. I think when a guy has a beard or like a mustache or whatever that like gives them confidence, I think that completely change
Yeah.
how they like even live their life necessarily. Like sometimes I shave and I'm like, dear God, like what did I just turn myself into?
Yeah.
And it's like I think that they definitely can get a sense of that. And yeah, I don't mind it either.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. Like you said, bearded Rodon. I honestly expect him to be like a 1B.
Dude, it's so crazy what he turned into since he came over here. Like when we got him, he was supposed to be like he was at the time like so good. And then he comes over to the Yankees and it was just a different story. But like there's no reason that he can't find that again. Like there's zero
No.
reason why he can't have a sub 3.5 ERA and dominate. Like
Yeah, he really should be able to. I know he dealt with injuries when he first came over.
mhm.
But well, he should be back to normal by now. If he's not the same this season, then it's maybe it wasn't the best contract that we gave out.
No, I
But
agree. I think this is
if he's still a solid pitcher or whatever, but I think this is the year he can turn it around more than he did last year.
agreed 100%.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think players that are going to have beards now that we missed out on. Like you always see Glaber and Gary Sanchez now with the beards. Bearded Glaber could have been
Bearded. I'm a straight man.
yeah.
But bearded Glaber, when I saw that, I was like,
That does it for you. Huh?
that's a good looking dude. And he was like,
Yeah.
he was crushing the ball. I was like, we messed up.
That's fine.
Even like I feel like we should have changed the rule before like most of free agency. Like, God forbid, like someone I'm not kidding. Like I feel like maybe not necessarily, but there are some players that are probably like, I gotta shave my beard with this team. Like I don't know.
It probably does factor in like a little bit.
Yeah, that's not everything, but there's definitely some part of it.
Yeah, I did like Judge made a comment on that I saw. It was like if this stopped you from wanting to be a Yankee, then you weren't like meant to be a Yankee.
That is valid.
Yeah, I do like that sentiment, but it is true. It probably did factor in a little bit. So
I think I saw a TikTok where someone was asking like other players of other teams like would you shave your beard for a team or something? And like literally a few of them were like, I'd really not want to.
yeah,
So who knows?
I mean money talks in that situation, but
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. No, overall, good vibes in Yankee land, I think. Even with injuries and whatnot, I think good vibes.
I agree. Great first episode. Hopefully our second episode we have a winning record and things are looking up. And yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I'm excited to do this year.
Mm-hmm.
Try and really dive into it. Hopefully you'll be seeing a lot more of us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's go Yanks.
Let's go.
Cheers.